If you have to do a long presentation, you don't need much preparation, but to make a short presentation takes a lot. And I'm going to show you how to make a great presentation in 15 minutes or less. I'm on the rocks, guys. So you want to create a 15-minute presentation, basically a short presentation. Churchill once said that if I were to speak for 10 minutes, I need a week to prepare. If it's 15 minutes, I need 3 days. If it's half hour, 2 days. If it's an hour, I'm ready now. Which means that brevity is power. It is very, very hard to make a presentation short. We have a joke among speakers that 10 minutes, man, it takes me 5 minutes just to say my name, to get the intro going. How can I give me an hour and I don't need any preparation. I can just go and just wing it. But when you have 10-minute presentation, 15-minute presentation, it's very, very hard to wing it. And the hardest presentation I ever did, and as I said, I've done over 10,000 professional presentation, is one time I was in Dubai doing a speech, and they said, you have 5 minutes. And not only 5 minutes, there's some very, very powerful people, and I have to make an impact in 5 minutes. And I'm thinking, what? Literally, that was the hardest presentation I've ever done in my life. But that made me, that which does not destroy you makes you stronger. And I said, no, there's no way I can come up with a theme. I can come up with a story. I can come up with points. But when there's a deadline and you have to do it, when you must, you can. And so I'm going to actually give you that presentation so that you can actually, in 5 minutes, and the principles behind it is when you have a short presentation to do, is you really have to focus on what is the message and how you're going to deliver it, how you're going to make it memorable, impactful in this 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So if you can do it in 5 minutes, it's much easier to do it in 10 or 15 minutes. So, and if, by the way, the 5-minute presentation, I had to finish when I was practicing and rehearsing. I remember staying up literally most of the night, just rehearsing. And in front of, not only by myself, I did the presentation in front of my other fellow speakers. They also had 5 minutes. I did it in 4 minutes. So when in stage time, it became 5 minutes because of all the other pause and everything else that you put in for dramatic. You have to create a 5-minute presentation. So if you want to do a 15-minute presentation, the first thing is create a 10-minute presentation, create a 12-minute presentation, leave some room for yourself. Here's some principles behind creating short presentation, how you can do it. When you want to do a short presentation, come up with a catchy title. How do you come up with a catchy title? Best way is look at as you're passing through the supermarket cash out or check registers, you see those tabloids? They're sensational. They know how to grab your attention through a catchy title. And look at even business if it's a business title, look at business magazines. So if you want to create a catchy title, look at them and you can Google it and you can come up with a catchy title. Number 2 is come up with an opener. And how to best with the nice opener is come up with a story or an emotionally charged something. Very short. Can't obviously only have 5 minutes. Another way to open is ask a question and then give people that makes them immediately, it's a hook or makes them think. And finally, come up with a conclusion with a message, and then the body, there's a rhythm of the whole presentation. And rather than telling you, let me share with you the 5-minute presentation that I did. Are you ready? Here's a 5-minute presentation, and I literally got a standing ovation after the 5-minute presentation because it was just, and first thing that I did is I was trying to see what can I do? How can I share? I asked myself the question, the quality of your life is the quality of the questions that you've asked yourself and others on a regular basis. And this is the presentation was on a personal development nature. And that's my favorite topic also. So I said, what have I learned in my life that if I shared 5 principles in 5 minutes, like have 5 slides And how to make your 15-minute presentation or 10, 15-minute presentation is create those points and just the number so you know that you can talk each slide a minute. So that you have 10 slides and you speak 15 minutes. And similarly, that's what I did and in terms of numbering over there. So now I'm going to give you the title of my talk. And what I did is I asked myself that what have I learned throughout my entire life that if they just follow these 5 principles, it'll make a life worth living. So I called my title, talk this: 5 minutes plus 5 ideas equals fabulous and fulfilling life. Here are 5 ideas, simple. And these are not just ideas. These are things, these are principles that I've lived my life and still to this day do. And they've made the greatest impact in my life. And I hope it will do in your life as well. Number 1, 5 friends. Number 2, focus today. Number 3, feed your mind. Number 4, free to be. And number 5, forever grateful. Idea number 1, 5 friends. Who you hang around with and listen to will determine your life, determine your destiny. It's been said that your income will be dependent on the 5 people that you hang around the most. I believe it's not only just your income, it's your health, your wealth, your happiness, your attitude, and just about everything else will be dependent on those 5 people. So if you want to improve your life, hang out with 5 great people. Number 2, focus on today. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why they call it the present. Focus on today. Idea number 3, feed your mind. A good friend of mine, Charlie Tremendous Jones, he's remembered for this one quote, that if it weren't for the books you read and the people you meet, you'd be the same person 5 years from now. So feed your mind with new input, read new books, and bring new content, and that's going to enrich your life. Idea number 4, free to be, meaning free to be yourself. Oscar Wilde once said, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Steve Jobs, in his commencement speech, is one of my favorite quotes. He said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with someone else's thinking. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Everything else is secondary. Idea number 5, forever be grateful. Winston Churchill said, you make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give. If you want to know the secret for living, truly, the secret for living is giving. Practice these 5 principles in your life, and you'll have a fabulous and fulfilling life. God bless and Godspeed. And if the short presentation was impactful and powerful, I have a special gift for you that every single time you'll be able to do this with this special gift to help your professional speaking career right below. Until I see you next time.